Hey friends, welcome back to Just Writes a Book. I am Jess. Today is Thursday, June 12th, and for today's daily vlog, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Okay guys, so it is currently about 9:11 p.m. and I am not going to lie, today has been a crazy busy day and I honestly never even got the chance to start a vlog for today because it has just been so busy at work. So I didn't want to miss a day already, 4 of my daily vlogs, and I did not want to miss out already. So I decided instead, rather than doing an actual vlog style video like I have been doing, that I would sit down and do a quick chatty type of video. So as you can see, we are sitting here at my desk. You are facing my lovely laptop. Thought that today what we would do, since I don't have a vlog for you guys, is to talk about my projects. I saw somebody else do a video about this, about like all of the projects that they have sitting waiting to be written, and I thought that that would be a cool video to do. It's one that I've been wanting to do for a while anyways, because I have a lot of projects sitting in Dabble. I counted earlier and I believe there are about 32 projects in here, so there are a lot. So I'm going to try to get through this in 15 minutes. If I can't, depending on how yappy I end up being, then who knows, maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point. I got this really cool little thing from Owlcrate. Owlcrate is a book subscription box, and if you open it, it lights up. This is like totally off script and has nothing to do with the video, but I had it sitting here and it's really cool. So you guys can't even really see it, honestly. And honestly, if this video ends up being too long, that may all get cut out anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open my Dabble and I will show you guys what I have. I'm gonna, like I said, try not to go too in depth with these. Just do a quick little like summarization of them, of the idea, and we're gonna go through all of these. So let me go ahead and zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see this. I am doing this right on my phone, so hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully you can hear me. And yeah, let's dive right in. So the first one we're going to go into, I simply have titled Family. At some point, someday, I would like to get down my family's story. This one is a little complicated because my family, I have a pretty big extended family, and there is a shared experience within some of the family members, myself included. Some trauma that happened. This will not be a well, the end result will be, parts of it will not be very happy and will be pretty traumatizing, and I don't know, it's just something that I've always wanted to kind of get down. I think that it could be potentially cathartic for me, and to kind of tell it from my point of view. It has to do with a lot of several family members, but I also think that it is going to be very emotional and probably hard to write and get through. So it's one that I have been, while I do want to do it someday, it's one that I just have a hard time getting myself to get to, but it's here. I'll get to it someday. So that story is definitely not one that we need to get into right now because it's a lot. I have Project Plane here. Apparently I like transportation because I also have a Project Train. I don't want to show too much of like my actual notes and brain dumps. I might show some of them. This one actually kind of went pretty into detail with, so I don't really want to show that. Who knows when I'll get to this project, but still. I haven't written any words for this one. I just know that I want it to be probably a contemporary romance set on a plane. So yeah, that is basically it for that one. Then I have, this one also has, so this is tentatively titled Dear Rylan Barlow. I actually started writing this, I don't even know, probably 7 or 8 years ago, and never did anything with it. Apparently I like the name Rylan because I actually have that name for a character in another book. So I did do a like brain dump. These aren't like official technical words, so that's why I don't have them up here. At some point I might do a like dabble walkthrough as a video. But up here in the manuscript portion is where I would technically have like official words that I've written. I didn't put these up there because I don't even know what I wrote. I don't remember what I wrote, and then I'm not like officially writing this, so I just put it here in my brain dump. But let's see, there are 564 words here that I wrote, like I said, 7 or 8 years ago. So this is a high school romance, I think. I know it's definitely set in high school. It's about a girl who is a athlete. She's a soccer player. She doesn't get into the college that she wants to, and all of her friends kind of shame her for that and like kind of abandon her a little bit because she didn't get into the school for soccer. That is literally all I have. I know nothing else about it. But who knows? Maybe someday I will get to this one. Then I have, again, just tentatively called Foreign Alive. You will see that I like 2-word titles. I use those a lot. So this one is just, so the bare bones for this one is literally just a girl in high school who becomes a foreign exchange student in South Korea and falls in love with the people, with the country, with the food, the language, the culture, all the things, and then maybe even finds romantic love. I have a few stories in here that are set in high school, which I kind of feel like I might be too old to write now, so maybe I'll have to bump them up to like a collegiate level. This one I think I have also had sitting around since I was like closer to high school age, so that was a long time ago. I graduated in 2007, so that was a long time ago. But yeah, that is what that one is. We have this one, which is called Mostly Alive. This one was actually an idea. Again, I think this one I started, like came up with the idea probably 7 or 8 years ago. So this one has 179 words. This is the other one that I used the name Rylan in. I don't know. I try to be very conscious about writing about things that are not my own experience. Obviously, if it's fantasy and you're building your own world, that's different. But when it's contemporary, so the idea that came to me from like one of the prompts that I found on Pinterest was for like a girl who wakes one day to find herself in a wheelchair, and she has no memory of like her life before, and it's her basically figuring out like what happened. And I think that's mostly what I have, but obviously I'm not in a wheelchair. I've never been in a wheelchair. I don't have that lived experience, so I'm always I try to be conscious of writing that kind of thing because I never want to be disrespectful or misrepresent anybody or give like incorrect information or anything like that. So I don't know if I would write this one, if I will write it, if I will change it maybe to not include the wheelchair thing. I don't know, but I do think it's kind of a cool idea, but like I said, I'm kind of iffy about it. So we'll see if I ever actually get to that one. And we have A Little Princess. Oh, that was something I was going to tell you guys. Many of these are going to be retellings. I love a retelling. Retellings are probably my favorite kind of book to read. I love having something familiar and having it like revamped into something new. And I think that there are so many ways to do retellings, and it just takes like taking the core, the like nucleus of a story that's familiar, and then completely changing everything else around it. I love that. So this would be A Little Princess retelling. Again, I don't know anything about this book. I haven't literally written anything. I don't have any notes for it. I think I would like to do maybe like a sapphic A Little Princess retelling. I think that would be cool. So yeah, that is that. Let's see. I have an Anastasia retelling. I feel like I had notes for this somewhere at some point, but I used to keep all my writing stuff in Notion, and I tried looking in Notion and I don't see it. It might be buried somewhere in Notion because I've been using Notion for like 9 years now or something. So it might be buried in Notion somewhere, but I would love to do some kind of Anastasia retelling. I love the animated movie Anastasia. I love the Broadway production of Anastasia. I love the story itself, like the actual real life story of Anastasia and the Romanovs. I would love to do something with that eventually. You guys know about the Whole Crown. I don't have to talk about that. If you are one of my alpha readers, thank you so much. So I'm currently at 40,000 words on the Whole Crown. I think you guys know enough about that. by now. Then we have Silent Strength. Melee did an amazing job of reading a little snippet of this. I only have, okay, so in yesterday's vlog, I said that I realized that I had 43,000 words written in this. I absolutely read that wrong. I have 4,000 words written in this. So it's like it looks like 4 chapters written, and then I have, I think, mostly the most of the book like outlined and plotted over here. I really like this story. I'm very excited about it. It is a contemporary romance, but it starts off when the 2 main love interests are kids, and their childhoods are very hard and traumatic. They both go through like abuse, and that like shared bond and that shared trauma and their neighbors brings them together. And I want them to have a level of like codependency on one another, and then like as they grow up, that love between them grows, but that codependency also grows, and they don't really know how to exist away from each other. And then it also has like a motorcycle gang kind of element to it once they're older. The male love interest kind of goes in a different direction and starts getting in trouble and stuff and has to find his way and all these things. I'm very like in the early stage of this, so all that could change. But I do really like this story, so I would love to continue with it. I started writing this back when, what's that site called? Kindle or Amazon. There was a site recently where people were posting serialized stories and people could like pay to read them. It's not Bella, Kindle something. I can't think of the name now. But they recently like went out of business. So right as I was getting ready to start posting on there, the site went out of business. So maybe this might be something that I bring to maybe like a Substack or something someday. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in. I don't know that I would have it be like a paid thing. If I did, it would be very inexpensive, like a few dollars or something, and that would probably be very down the road because I'm obviously not very far into it. But let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. Like I said, I do really like this story, so I'd love to get it out in some capacity eventually. Twisted Loyalties. I have talked about Twisted Loyalties. Well, more spoilers. I have talked about Twisted Loyalties. Twisted Loyalties is my official like first book that I ever wrote fully from start to finish, like a first draft of. It definitely needs revisions. There are definitely parts that have like placeholders that I need to go in and do research. There are like spicy scenes that I skipped over and didn't write. There are definitely there's probably at least 2 more drafts of this that need to be done. And then all of the, like line edits and all the things. So I will get there eventually. Right now, Twisted Loyalties is sitting at just under 70,000 words. I really do like this story. Again, it has a lot of like themes of trauma and PTSD and like mental health and just overcoming obstacles and coming into your own and leaning on your own strength, but also leaning on the people around you. It's also poly, which I love. So yeah, I will eventually get around to getting to the second draft of this. Then we have I'm just showing you guys all of the spoilers here. So this is the series Bible actually for the Forgotten Kingdoms, which is the name of the series that the Hollow Crown is in. The Hollow Crown is the first book in the series. Over here to the side, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but like right here, these are all of the books that I have like waiting to be written for this series. So Sleeping Beauty is here. I don't have like names for them. I just put down either the Disney movie or the fairy tale that I wanted them to be based off of. So I have Sleeping Beauty. I have Little Mermaid. I think I mentioned in my video yesterday that I have like a general idea of what I want the Little Mermaid story to be. I have a Hook story, so sometimes I have some of the characters like branching out and getting their own stories. Snow White, Frozen, like the Huntsman from Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, Rapunzel, Mary Poppins, Hercules, the Evil Queen. I would love to do. If you've ever read Heartless by, I think it's Marissa Meyer, It's a Alice in Wonderland retelling, but it's about the Queen of Hearts and like how she became the Queen of Hearts. I would love to do that. So the entire book is like a villain origin story, and I think that would be super fun. So doing that about the evil queen, an Encanto like story, but I also have another one that's kind of like Encanto that you'll see in a little bit. So I don't know if I would end up doing 2 of those. Moana, Princess and the Frog, Mulan, Cinderella. I have Anastasia in here again. Originally, the Nightmare Queen that is in the Hollow Crown, I was gonna give her her own story, but I ended up including her in the Hollow Crown, so that one won't happen. She won't have another story. Pinocchio, Alice in Wonderland, The Sword in the Stone, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Tarzan, Pirates of the Caribbean, Brave. Yeah, so there are a lot of them. Like I said, like part way through a lot of these, and because again I have ADHD and I cannot. I'm surprised that I have focused on the Hollow Crown for as long as I have, because I tend to jump around a lot, as you can see. So this video is already 17 minutes long. I'm gonna edit it down a little bit so it's not gonna end up being that long, but again, I don't want to post 20-minute videos for you guys, so I think I'm gonna leave this as part 1. That was only 12 out of 30 something books, so there are a lot of them down there. I don't want to show them all to you guys and spoil it, but I will probably end up doing, or not probably, I will end up doing more of these. So yeah, that is going to be the end of this one. Thank you so much for listening to this. Thank you so much for letting me ramble on. Hopefully you guys liked this. I'm excited to bring you guys along as I finish up the Hollow Crown. I'm excited to bring you guys along as I work on more of these in the future. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know, do you do this? Do you have like a million projects just sitting waiting for you? Or do you really just try to like keep one idea at a time? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.